Week.
Welcome, Kiran.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
App of the Year runner-up, one of the top 3 apps of the year on the Apple App Store. This is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The floor is yours.
Yeah. I'm really humbled for that. Just Instagram really deserves #1, and we've done really well for ourselves as well. So I'm the founder of 955 Dreams. My name is Kiran Bellubbi. I founded 955 Dreams with TJ Zark, my co-founder, who's back in Mountain View with the team. When we started this company, we had one mission in mind: to build the best possible mobile products that we could build. The last couple of days have been fascinating. I've been in Paris. It's such a beautiful city. Walking around, I had my SLR camera with me, and I walked into a couple of the boulangers, just looking at the bakers and seeing a bunch of people come in, buy bread, and walk off again. And that got me thinking about mobile products in general. The price of bread in this country is about the same as a really good product on the App Store. And if you really think about it, people buy bread without just thinking here. I mean, it's a really good quality product that you get on every street corner. You guys are really lucky for that. So keep that in the back of your mind and think about the app stores in general. In October alone, 2.6 billion apps were downloaded on the iOS App Store and on the Android marketplace. 2.6 billion in October in 1 month. Now, that's a fascinating number. Now, how many of those products do you think? I mean, how many people here are from the mobile app industry? Can you raise your hands, please? So few. Well, just with what level of confidence can we say, I'm part of this industry. I love this industry, and I love building mobile products. And that's what my company is all about. But of these 2.6 billion products that were shipped, how many of these products can we confidently say that people really loved, opened it up and actually enjoyed using? Not all of them are really that good, frankly speaking. And I'm part of this industry too. Mediocre products really spoil the app stores in my mind. So I'm here to talk about how to fight mediocrity in mobile app development. The last year and a half for my team and I has been just a fascinating run, and I'm going to talk a little bit about our journey. We've done 5 App of the Weeks in a row in less than 20 months. It's been a completely humbling experience knowing that our users are connecting with the products that we're building. We launched the History of Jazz first, which some of you have probably heard about and sort of downloaded. And then we did the Woodstock product. Our latest product is a product called Band of the Day. And I know a lot of people in France have been using it because we're seeing the numbers coming in. It's really a fascinating product. Let me just show you a quick demo, and then I can continue talking. So when the app loads, you'll see that there's a little calendar here. Oh, it's right. Can you see it? All right. So there's a calendar, and it really is inviting to the touch. It's really tactile and fast. It works beautifully. So let's dive into one of these artists and see what the app's about. You can listen to the music. And while you're listening to the music, you can read the review. These reviews are written by our team. And the basic idea is that while reading about the artist and listening to the music, well, the music should start now. Yes, thank you. While you listen to the music, they're full play songs because we've signed on a lot of record labels to promote their music here. As you read and listen to the music, you sort of develop a connection with the bands. And hopefully, you become a fan and you actually buy their music, and that's what it's all about. We feature one artist a day, and that's why it's this beautiful calendar. And it's just a stunning product. We really love it. So that's Band of the Day. You should really check it out. It's free on the App Store, and it'll be coming to the iPad soon as well. We launched at the end of September, and we've added 250,000 users in just about 2 months, a little under 2 months. 145,000 of these users are daily active users. So it's been, again, a really humbling experience to know that users are coming back to the product every day and really enjoying it. It wasn't always the case, though, for me. I've been building products for a long time, and I've built products all over the world with different teams, really smart people, really intelligent teams. And I struggle sometimes to think about what I built for many years before. I remember one day 3 years ago distinctly waking up and sort of asking myself a set of questions. And essentially trying to ask myself, what kind of products did I want to build? And for what kind of users did I want to build them for? What was the experience that I wanted the users to have? And what kind of emotional response was I expecting back from these users? Looking back at all the other products that I built, all the mediocre ones, and sort of taking down notes, I realized one thing, just one thing. And there was sort of a pattern in these notes that I'd written. And it was that mediocrity is the enemy. Mediocrity kills great ideas. It just, slowly but surely, people all over here, like people who are building products, from all over Europe, you guys have great ideas, and you want to implement them, and one mediocre decision leads to another, and soon that great idea that you had is sort of suffered a lot. So mediocrity is the enemy, and I'm here to talk about how to fight that. Well, hi, Ben. I've lost my slides. So I'm here basically to talk about what I've learned, and the next few minutes, I'm just going to sort of rattle out a couple of things that I think are important when you're building good mobile products. First, and most importantly, have a point of view. Having a point of view clarifies the vision of the product like nothing else. It crystallizes the focus of the team, and the entire team sort of gets behind the vision in a really powerful way. For us, the point of view for Band of the Day was basically that we wanted to build an app, but we wanted it to be very editorial. And I think we've succeeded in that in the first few versions. And if you guys think differently, I'm happy to hear feedback, and I really would love to talk about our product if you guys have used it. The second is that constraints are really good. Constraints make great mobile products sing. This is a fascinating thing. If you take a look at any of the products that we really love on mobile devices today, like Flipboard, for example, the Flip might not agree with everybody in the room, but it's something that they stuck with. It's a constraint that they added to their own product. And that's what fascinates me about these ideas, that you take a constraint, you add it. It's not a business constraint. It's a constraint that we've added to the product ourselves. For Band of the Day, the constraint that we added was that we would just feature one band a day. And it's something that we chose. And the product is sort of, has really improved because of it. I really believe that. Touch changes everything. In 2007, when we were standing in line for the first iPhones, it wasn't that evident, and now it is. The fact that you can directly manipulate objects on the screen changes the way people interact with technology. And I think touching the physical product is as important as ideating the product that you're going to come up with. So touching the form factor, figuring out the bevels, figuring out how the iPad really feels in your hand, or the iPhone, or any of the Android devices is really important. And I encourage everybody to sort of just actually touch these devices and find the next great interaction for your app. Design every pixel. If you really think about it, these products are not that big. They're really quite tiny. And no amount of excuses are enough now. You have to design every single screen on your app to right down to the last detail. Every pixel counts. Iterate till you love your product. I firmly believe that iteration is a form of course correction. Now, how do you bring users on when you yourself aren't sure of the direction that you're going to go in? We at 955 Dreams believe that you need to iterate internally quite a lot before you actually bring users on. So iterate till you love your product first, and then bring your users along for the ride. They'll be happier for it. Here are a couple of screens from the iPad. These are comps. These are old iterations that we sort of worked with. Let me show you a quick demo of the iPad app. This is sort of an exclusive. We don't do this very often, and we don't show these products out early because we're quite unsure of where it might end up. But I think this is close. Can you guys see this? Yeah. So again, really fluid touch. There's a 95% chance that we won't ship this, although it's really close. We'll probably improve it a lot more. But if you go into one of these artists, you'll notice again that the entire interface is built specifically for the iPad so that you can hold it and you can play with it easily. A beautiful music player.
Just like a star that can't be seen from a city at night. You can't build a wall as high as deep
Thank you.
as mountains have climbed. 'Cause these aren't owned and never will be. So keep going on, replacing each until the lonely souls retreat.
Anyway, that was a quick demo of the iPad app. It should be out soon. When we're ready, we'll ship it to the iPad. So why fight mediocrity? Last few slides, and then I'm done. Why fight mediocrity? Why is this really important? First, expectations have changed. I think users are used to fundamentally different kinds of usage now. Think about your own usage from the late 90s or the early 2000s when you were using PCs. And you were struggling all the time. Blue screens of death, spinners, loading signs, all this other nonsense that just doesn't happen on iOS anymore. You launch the email client and it's up and running. You launch the calendar and it's right there. The music app just works. Look at GarageBand. Like those are the the apps that users are using. That's what Apple is shipping. And those are the kinds of products that users have grown accustomed to use. That's the expectation. If your products don't work like that, users are just going to be really frustrated. I have a 7-second rule for any mobile product that I use. In 7 seconds, if your product doesn't tell me exactly what the best use case is or doesn't wow me in some way, I'm probably never going to use it again. And you might think that I'm crazy like this, but this is how most of our users are. 7 seconds is what you have. If you want real engagement and retention of your products with your user base, you have to think about the 7-second rule. Finally, a business reason, because in the end, we are running a business here. Customer support for chewing gum. This is sort of my take on building a bad product and shipping it. Products that aren't shipped with quality, you end up doing this. This is sort of not a scalable business model at all. If you build something that's shoddy and that doesn't have quality, you end up having to support it quite a bit. And doing it at scale, you end up providing customer support for chewing gum, which just doesn't work. So in conclusion, I just want to say one thing. Ship only what you love. And everything else will be just fine. Ship only what you love. Thanks.
Kiran, that's so impressive. You know what is even more impressive about Kiran and what he does is that you've done that with no money, right?
Well, we have raised some money.
Right, but Flipboard might make you raise $60 million, so.
Yeah, I wish I'd raised $60 million now, but we haven't raised that much. No, we've raised, much less than that.
Because generally, of course, if you have $60 million, you can keep running, but you keep reinventing yourself with a very, very small team and entirely focused. I see you really as one of the Steve Jobs heritage, really, of developers, because you're so focused on quality. It's so impressive.
Well, that's what's keeping us alive these days. And, with the team that we've built, TJ, my co-founder, and the rest of the team at 955 Dreams, we really focused on quality. Because really speaking, the App Store for us is like the best playing ground for product people. I really believe this. If you have a good product, you succeed. And if you don't, then the users just chop you down,
So tell me one thing. We're talking about Apple and Steve Jobs here. When is your Android app coming?
Well, the Android question still remains. I have 3 Android devices now, and I'm studying it constantly. Before Ice Cream Sandwich, I think the Android OS was, how do I put it, pretty shit. Before Ice Cream Sandwich. I think with Ice Cream Sandwich, it's improved a lot. And I'm waiting for my Google Nexus S. And with the Samsung device. I'm going to play with it for a little bit, use it, and we'll build a couple of things internally for it first and see how we like it.
But you think Apple will remain the priority platform for you?
For people like us, we charge for our products. Well, Band of the Day is free now, but I think for people that will want to charge for their products, I think Apple will always remain the choice. Because with Google, this is, again, my opinion. Yesterday, I think Eric Schmidt did a great job of explaining their vision for the future with Android. And I was sitting in the crowd day before, and I was listening to that.
It convinced you?
Well, it was a very logical and reasonable explanation. And anybody who sort of, follows along with the logic, I think it should make sense.
Kiran, a few weeks ago, you told me, "Nah, I'm never going to do an Android app."
Well.
So it looks like he did a good job convincing you.
He did do a good job of convincing me, but I still want to hear a couple more things. First, I want to hear about sort of, what they're going to do to address the fragmentation problem. The second thing I want to hear about is how they're going to help the ecosystem actually make money without ads. And I think they really need to figure out the payment systems. I think they will. Look, they focused on sort of the user experience. And in 6 months, they've delivered something nice. I think Matthias and his team have done a fantastic job. There might be light at the end of the tunnel, but we still have a business to run. So we're definitely going to continue to focus on Apple for some time.
Windows Phone 7?
No.
All right, well, we'll help Microsoft convince you. Kiran Bellubbi, this is very, very impressive. Please help me congratulate him again.
Thank you.
And I hope you have a good time at LeWeb.
Yeah, I did. Thanks.